Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It is your boy, Skywalker the Jedi, back at y'all with another one. Man, I want to thank all y'all for being here today. We here talking about the Batman. And you guys got to know that you got to thank Leon for this stream, yo, because I was totally knocked out. Homie Leon hit me and was like, bro, what's up with that shit you was going to do? And I was like, bro, you're absolutely right. That's why he's the sponsor of this stream. You dig? For sure. We got the homie Bat Dan in here early saying thumbnail change. We got the homie Necron in here with the evil laugh saying time is everything. Yeah, bro. Nah. We just in here about to have a good time. About to talk about this situation real quick, cook on it. You know what I'm saying? Have a wild conversation, give y'all my thoughts on it, and we just gonna chill for a little bit, right? We got the Batman in here. What's going on, Batman? Right? We got the homie Rebel Moon Theory in the building. What's going on, Rebel Moon Theory? We got Mysterious Strangers saying, let this stream not be a... Hey, look. Bruh, we thrive with confrontation over here. We thrive with confrontation, bro. I don't seek it, but we don't mind it. We don't mind it at all. We got the homie Bad Dan saying Reeves turning in his screed right before Superman, probably because WB knows they will have to explore other avenues. Bro, we about to have a real conversation about this shit right here, bro. I'm so serious. Right? All right, let's go ahead and let's get through with the little rigmarole so we can get started with the show. You did, because I'm about to cook on this. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, that subscribe, as well as that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. You did, because we here having these conversations, bringing them to you damn near every day, right? And we rocking out and being entertaining, and yeah, we're gonna keep doing what we do, right? We are the originators, creators, the people at the forefront, the engine, the CEOs, the whatever you want to call us, of the hashtag sales ZSJL and sales Snyderverse to Netflix movement, otherwise affectionately known as ZSSM, Zack Snyder Sale Movement. You dig? Trying to get that conclusion to Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform, and have been using these two hashtags as the vehicle to do so. We only ask 3 rules of engagement: that you guys be positive, right? Please don't mix our hashtags with others. And last but certainly not least, please do not tag or mention anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to James Gunn. ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to, as well as Apex Leon and myself, because that's where all the pertinent information will be coming from. If you'd like to sponsor a stream, right, when you guys give super chats, you can we always tally them up, and then whoever donates is the most, you will have your name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, right? Unless you are somebody that literally called me and saved the stream, right? Then then you will be able to also sponsor a stream, oh, like the homie Leon did. He said, I don't want peace. I want problems always. Much love. Right? Hey, we got the homie Chris Brown. Oh, you changed your @ Hey, man, dope, bro. I'm actually going to see if I can get it back. I don't know what happened. I think it's like a StreamYard update or something, but yeah, it just it has all you guys @ up there right now, which is really weird, and it's been throwing me off. But yeah, I didn't change anything on my end. That is not anything that I sought out, right? We got Sean Jaw, right? He says sometimes a man rises from the darkness. Sometimes the pit brings something back. I would have paid double or triple to see Man of Steel 2. Bruh, right? Look, man, just to keep it real, right? Like, just to keep it a buck. I think the world would have rather see Man of Steel 2, right? And these are things, because like you have fans like me that literally don't mind paying more. Like, I remember when I kind of knew that the Snyder Cut was about to come out, and I know that you guys that have been here for a while will remember this moment, right? Do you guys remember when that poll went out there? That was like super official. It was a super official poll that went out there, and it was asking everybody whether, like, how much they would be willing to pay to see the Snyder Cut. And I was sitting there, and it was like, yo, would you pay this? Would you pay that? How far would you travel to see it? Right? Like, if it was on, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, yo, ain't no way that this shit is not real. Right? So I absolutely agree, bro. We are part of these fan bases, and we're part of the community that will absolutely pay top dollar to see these experiences, right? And this is even before the Snyder Cut. Like, when BVS came out, I drove from Las Vegas to fucking Hollywood because I wanted to see it on the biggest screen possible. That's who I've always been. I've always been that guy that wants to go to the IMAX screening, the 70 millimeter IMAX, the 70 mil. Like, I want these premier cinema experiences, right? And there's much more of us that would pay double, triple, I paid $150 to watch Man of Steel in theaters at Full Circle. You guys understand that? I mean, what times amount is that of a regular ticket? It was $150 for Man of Steel, $150 for BVS, and $175 for ZSJL. What type of fans are gonna pay $150 to go watch this new Superman bullshit? I bet you it's way less of them than it is of us. So you actually bring up a great point, because yes, man, we would pay double, triple, quadruple. You know what I mean? 10 times the amount. I mean, what times the amount of that? Is it like 10 times the amount of a regular ticket for fucking ZSJL in IMAX? Right? So I bet you it's more of us than it is them. I bet you. Right? Yeah, bro. This shit got to be an update, because I didn't do nothing, bro. I didn't do nothing. I didn't change nothing. Right? What's going on, Mama Bear? Thank you for being here. Yes. We love Mama Bear being here, right? For sure. I always feel safer on stream when she's in the chat. Sean says IMAX, Zack Snyder Justice League. Yep. Hey, yo, man, this is real talk, bro. This is real talk. There's much more of us than it is of them, right? Yo, the tickets to go see Fantastic Four is like $50 where I'm going. How many of y'all is paying $50 to go see a movie? On a ticket, mind you. Yeah, you'll spend $50 going to the movies. Who's spending $50 on a ticket to go see fucking Fantastic? That's what I'm saying, bro. It's way more of us than it is of them. These motherfuckers can't even sell out a regular weekend, right? Crazy. You know? Wow. He said, I watch ZSJL on my smart TV and will definitely be making an upgrade when ZSJL 2 and 3 come to Netflix. Bruh, I bought a new TV. I bought a new sound system. I made sure I was straight. I made sure. I was like, yo, I gotta get a new TV. I gotta get a new sound system. You know what I mean? I got the TV first and then the sound system after. I was like, yo, I need that, bro. I need that. Gotta have it, right? Ain't no way that I'm not upgrading, bro. Right? And who knows? You may just get an opportunity to see it on the big screen. Look, Mama Bear said the toys ain't selling like Zach's. The tickets ain't selling like Zach's. Ain't none of that shit selling like Zach's. It's just he's not the same. He's not the same. He's not the same. The movie Raider says, make no mistake, there is war at WB. Only guarantee Batman 2 moves forward is if Gunn Superman flops and the DCU gets canceled. Yo, we about to talk about the timing, right? Because this is crazy, guys. This is crazy, right? So, as I've been saying, right, as I've been promoting on this channel, I don't know what everybody else has been talking about. I don't know what the fuck been coming out their mouth, right? But we know what we've been talking about over here. Right. And we know that over here, we have been vehemently saying that this entire thing with this Batman 2 script is not as it seems. And I knew shit was really getting wicked when, like, no disrespect to, you know what I'm saying, to Grace Randolph, right? Because I actually been rocking with a lot of what she been saying. But when I heard her say that this might be a Chadwick Boseman kind of situation, that let me know exactly what the hell is going on. Because, yo, first of all, let's just go under the auspice that statement is true, right? And that Matt Reeves is sick, right? There's no way that would have kind of gotten out of there unless somebody wanted it out, either one side or the other, right? There isn't any way that, you know, we can see that that there was any other thing going on outside of somebody wanting that out, that he wasn't feeling well. Let's go under the auspice that's not true for a second, right? Then that's even spookier, right? Because what if it's not true? You know, we've had all these things being said, people coming out the woodwork saying, oh my God, Matt Reeves, he's taking forever with this script. We've known over here that the whole time the script's been done, but that James Gunn kept giving him notes, kept making him change shit, right? I mean, look no further than this whole Clayface shit, right? Like, we're getting a Clayface movie before fucking the Batman 2, when Matt Reeves was going to be using Clayface, and all of a sudden James Gunn, man, come on, bro. How dumb do you think we are? Right? How dumb do you think we are, bro? Like, that you're going to literally sit here and try to take this guy's character and throw it in the DCU, right? All of a sudden, you know, his film, he can't crack the script, right? He can't crack the script. But then you're trying to do this Batman Brave and the Bold shit, you know, you're, you know, laying hints of Batman and Creature Commandos, right? Wild. How dumb do you think we are? Right? So he wants to act like he has nothing to do with this movie, or that he isn't trying to shelve it, when we can all see clearly that that's what's going on. Right? Oh man, you got James Gunn, you know, answering people on Twitter, answering bot accounts. Hey, you know, I mean, I don't think everybody wants you know, Robert Pattinson to be in the DCU. I wouldn't say it was everyone. Who are you talking about, James? Could you be talking about Matt Reeves not wanting fucking Robert Pattinson? Right? This is insane, right? But these things happen in front of people and they want to act like we're dumb, right? Yeah, bro. Nah, we're dumb. we're the idiots, right? Austin says, gotta try and make other great directors look as incompetent as himself. When's the last time Gunn has praised another director for their success? Hey, that's facts, bro. Did he even say anything about what Ryan Coogler did with Sinners? Right? Crazy. He said James Wan needs to fire back one day to let us know how his Aquaman 2 was chopped up. I want to see Ben Affleck shot. Yeah, facts, bro. He said, Matt slow, and yet his Superman is barely is stronger than the Smallville version, right? Yeah. He said, so first it was canceled, and now Matt Reeves and Gunn are beefing. I'm starting to think you're moving the goalposts. What's funny is not only just that, I've been saying that they've been beefing the whole time. So once again, you either don't know my history, you know what I mean, or and why can't it be both? Why can't it be that he's been trying to cancel it and they're beefing? You're acting like these things are mutually exclusive, bro. Bruh, the vocabulary is too vast. You guys need to come in here with new arguments, bro. Bring something new. Bring something new. Why can't it be both? Why can't it be, hey, he's trying to cancel this shit that we've clearly been seeing in front of everybody? He's been talking about taking his Batman, right? He was literally just talking about it. He was just talking about taking his Batman, right? Matt Reeves been saying the fucking script was done. James Gunn comes out and calls him slow, right? He said option 3 is fun. It's very fundamental, bro. They come in here and act like these things are mutually exclusive. Like it can't be this guy's been trying to cancel the movie and they're beefing. What? Matter of fact, one could probably and most likely lead to the other. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? This shit is too simple, bro. But yeah, we about to get into it though. See, this is why they don't like me, dog. This is why. Right? But hey, look, he said, matter of fact, he said, if Gunn and Snyder are such close friends, where's Gunn's tweet congratulating Zach for the release of ZSJL like the rest of his actual friends? I'll try to hear you. I'll try to hear you over Gunn's pity. Right? Right, bro. Crazy. But let's get into this, right? Because we just had this situation where right after, I mean, James Gunn just called Matt Reeves slow like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Couldn't have been longer than that. Hold up. I don't even know if I did yeah, that might have not even been like in the title, but yeah. Anyway, within the last couple weeks, he's called Matt Reeves slow. This is an absolute fact. I'm not making this shit up at all. Right? Remind you, within the last 2 weeks, he's called him slow. That is an absolute fact. So recently, Matt Reeves comes out and says that the Batman Part 2 script is done. Right? Oh shit. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, this is from September 21st, 2024. Oh shit. Right? Oh snap. Oh snap. So he actually said the script was finished in September. Interesting. said that the Penguin was one of the entry points. And this is coming off of his Entertainment Weekly article. He said, shit, here we go again. Yo, hold on. Yo, hold on.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We didn't. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn.
Wait a minute. He said the Batman Part 2 script was done damn near a year ago. And was hinting at it well before this fucking interview even happened. Right? Right? This is crazy. He said, if Superman makes more than Man of Steel, what's the narrative to push? Hey, why don't you answer my question? Right? Why is he calling this man slow if he said the script was done damn near a year ago? If for not James Gunn continuing to give this man notes. That would be the only thing that I could think of. Right? They want to talk about all these different things in the chat outside of what is on the screen. He said, I did answer your question. He said, Matt slow, give him time. Why is he saying that when Matt Reeves said that the script was done damn near a year ago? Woo! Oh my God, bro. The Cope. He said Andy Serkis. I don't give a shit what Andy Serkis said. I'm talking about what Matt Reeves said, bro. Right? Oh my God. Whoo-wee. So now Matt Reeves is lying. Right? Woo! Matt Reeves was lying. Okay. Right? But, with all this going out, right? With all this stuff happening, right? I'm supposed to believe there ain't nothing going on there. When you got the director saying one thing, an actor saying something else, right? An actor that could possibly be trying to be who would honestly have to say that, would probably be moving forward in the DCU without said director if the director suddenly was no longer on the project. Would that be fair to say? He said, Gunn hasn't lied yet. Crazy. All right. Don't come in here lying because he's already admitted the lying. He already said that he has to. So don't. Anyway, all right. I'm no longer answering any more of your chats. No longer. Because that's crazy. He's admitted the lying. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. He says, sometimes I have to lie. Right? Because if I tell the truth, because if I tell the truth, right, everybody's going to know the spoilers. That's where the whole option 3 thing came from. That is where option 3 came from. It literally came from that. Yo, crazy, bro. He said that contract ain't no more. He said Gunn hasn't lied yet, and look at today's date. Is Saturday. Crazy, bro. This man said the script was done in September and was hinting at it before that. Right? But no, hey, us on the outside, who once again, you know, I've been proven right so many times with this bullshit, right? But yet they want to come in here and tell us that, hey, like, we know how the sausage is made, guys. Right? Yeah. Right? We know better, guys. Right? Remember when everybody was telling y'all in the biz that the Snyder Cut wasn't real? I remember. They said, yo, all of them use that industry bullshit as a way to say, hey, guys, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. We know much more than all. Right? Remember? Right? When all of us fans just didn't know nothing, right? We ain't know nothing. They knew everything. And we were supposed to just bow down and just accept them as our gatekeepers. And just accept the fact that everything that they got to say is true. Right? And that they couldn't be lying. And it couldn't be nothing going on behind the scenes. Right? Couldn't be anything going on behind the scenes. You guys don't believe your lying eyes. Right? Don't believe what you see. Gunn hasn't lied. This guy admitted that's where the option 3 shit came from. It's when he was saying, like, hey guys, like, you know, I have to sometimes bend the truth. You know, I have to sometimes bend the truth. Right? Crazy. This dude be admitting to giving notes. They be like, oh, but he didn't have anything to do with that movie. Right? He didn't have anything to do with that movie. Right? But the guy admitted to having fucking notes. Was like, yeah, I wish somebody told me that before I started giving notes. Y'all remember that? I remember. I remember. Right? Hold up. Let me break this down, bro. And thank you, Sin Havoc. Thank you, Sin Havoc. Hold up. Let me all right. Yeah. Let me pull this up. Crazy, bro. They be sitting there coming in here acting like, oh my God. Right? Bro, right here, bro. According to Puck News, DC studio co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran expected Reeves to deliver the Batman Part 2 script over a year ago. Right? Over a year ago. Right? Bro, this shit is from June 21st. So, like I said, right? So, yeah, the executives are frustrated at the delay all the way up to Zaslav. Right? Crazy. he was showing clear support. Even though this guy at the same time, you know what I mean? Crazy, bro. This guy been saying the fucking script was done. The only people that have been coming in here, right? Bruh, Matt Reeves was saying that this shit's done, right? The only people coming in here and saying anything to the contrary is either James Gunn or people that would continue to be in this project, in this said project, no matter who was at the helm. Right? I could safely imagine that no matter what, right? Because hey, James Gunn even said it himself that he wants Robert Pattinson in the DCU. So if he's trying to snatch his Batman, bro, he's trying to snatch his Batman, right? And we're supposed to say, or just think that, hey, he said also Josh Horowitz asked Matt Reeves what's going to happen when James Gunn asked for his Batman. Yeah, I remember that too. Right? And he was like, and he, no, man. No. Crazy. Right? Bro, yeah. I'm not even gonna touch that, bro. It's crazy. They want to act like we're not DC fans, right? Mama Bear, that's the thing. They will absolutely, right? They will absolutely come in here and defend the fact that there is possibly a sexual deviant in charge of DC Studios, right? That also puts a lot of this stuff into his films. They will defend that. They will defend mediocrity. They will defend other people outside of just us, right? It's like everything that everybody says that's negative, right? It just gets put all into this little box, and it's like, hey, man, we have to just accept things that, like, that these things are just true, right? And they're ironclad. We can't question any of it, right? We can't question any of this stuff, right? This shit has been in front of our face this entire time, right? In front of our face this entire time, but yet they'll come in here and act like, nah, man, I'm just a DC fan and y'all not, right? I'm just a DC fan and you guys aren't. You guys aren't DC fans because you don't accept this bullshit, right? We're supposed to not, right? We're supposed to not look with our eyes at these things that we are seeing, right? Right? Like this guy didn't get asked about getting his fucking Batman snatched at an event. But hold up, let's not. And thank you, St. Abbott. Let's go ahead and watch this interaction and let's see how this goes.
Mr. Matt Reeves, a big night for a big show. Congratulations on everything.
Much. Yeah, thank you. It's exciting.
This has got to be the best possible outcome. I mean, you swing big every time, but you never know if it's going to connect.
Yeah,
What's it been like to see?
It's been really exciting. I mean, we really felt like we were doing something special. Lauren did just an incredible job writing the show, and the writers are so great, and our cast is amazing. I mean, Colin is so special. And
talking about the Penguin, right?
And Deirdre, Renzi, I mean, we have them.
which had over 5 million people that tuned into this shit, right? Just for reference, right? We are not getting a fucking a Penguin season 2, but we're getting a season 2 for Peacemaker, which didn't even crack 1 million. The Penguin had 5 million people that watched this show, and we can't get a season 2, right? Right? Crazy. But there's no beef. There's no problem, right? But let's hear about Matt Reeves getting asked about getting his Batman snatched.
Amazing people, and I have to say, we kind of felt like we were excited about the show, but to see that everybody else got as excited as they did, that means a lot.
It also felt like, I mean, from the outside looking in, people tune in as a curiosity at first.
Yeah.
Because they want to know
Sure,
what's
of course.
up.
Over 5 million people tuned in. Watch this.
But it built over the season.
It did. That was exciting. Yeah, because at the beginning you think, okay, so they're going to turn in to see the first one.
Right.
Oh, they're tuning in the second one and the third. That was really exciting to watch it build. It was really fun. It was just, it's one of those things too where the opportunity, it's the kind of thing you can really only do on HBO. I mean, right. HBO, to take a character like that and really do a deep dive the way that we were able to do is a really, really special thing. And I just think they were incredible the way they allowed us to do it.
So obviously, the audience already has an appetite. We're greedy in a good way. We want more.
Yeah.
How many discussions, are there real discussions about a season 2 right now?
Yeah. Lauren and Dylan and Colin and I are talking about doing.
We know how that turned out, right? We know how that turned out. That turned out with Colin Farrell getting asked to do fucking Sergeant Rock. Right? Much love, Bishop. Hope you feeling better, bro. Hey, health is wealth, bro. Feel better. For sure. Right? Crazy. But look, right? Let's get back to it. Yeah, this thing turned into, right? We went from talking about the Penguin season 2 to talking about Colin Farrell being Sergeant Rock. That's how the fucking sequel for the Penguin talks came out, right? But nothing's wrong, people. Nothing's going on. There's nothing going on behind the scenes. Ain't no kind of beef. There's nothing to see here. Us in the industry, we know better, right? Let's continue.
Another season, and it's all about. Obviously, we're doing the Batman 2. We got to get the timing right on that. But our plan is, and our hope is absolutely to do another season. We just have to come up with the idea that we think is the right idea, which is what we're working on.
Are you happy with, obviously the release date changed for Batman Part 2?
Yeah.
You want the script to be in a good place?
Of course.
So are you happy with the progress you're making and the release date you have now?
Yes, absolutely. No, this year we're going to be shooting, and I'm very.
Gonna be shooting this year. Sounds like the script's done to me. Right? We know that's not true, right? We know that. We know what promises are worth, Alfred. Oh my God, bro. We know what promises are worth, bro. That shit ain't gonna be shooting this year no more, right? Yo, y'all know the internet lives forever, right?
Excited about it, and it's there's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's taken longer than I would have wanted, but
wait a minute. Did he just not say he rolled his hold up, bro. Back up. Bro, he rolled his eyes, bro.
And the release date you have
now.
Yeah,
absolutely. No, this year we're going to be shooting, and I'm very excited about it, and it's there's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's taken longer than I would have wanted, but also
right. Ooh, man, hold on. But let's get back, right? Because they're done. He's happy with where the script is at. We gonna be shooting later this year, right? Hey, we talking about season 2 of the Penguin. right? Even though he didn't know that later down the line, we was gonna be having conversations about his Penguin being fucking Sergeant Rock in the DCU. Tell me that don't sound like no, hey man, look, you can't be Penguin no more, dog, but we'll give you the Sergeant Rock though. Right? But no, we don't know what we're talking about, people. Right? We're the weird ones. We're the ones that are looking too much into this shit, right? And they calling us nefarious. Nefarious, dog. The shit that we talking about is nefarious. Bro, why do I want that fucking Metal Gear? Yo, crazy, bro. Right? But let's get back to Matt Reeves.
So I'm super excited about what we're doing. So I really can't wait to share that with everybody.
So how tough has it been to figure out your main villain? There have been a lot of rumors lately. I've even heard Freeze as a potential
I
villain.
can't answer anything that you're
Also, hey, what about these rumors that you can't figure out your villain? Right? Oh, so Matt Reeves, hey, he's slow. He can't figure the fucking villain out. Right? Crazy. He said people have to remember that Gunn has to approve the script. Thank you. He said we ain't weird. They just not like us. Thank you, bro. Crazy. We the weird ones. Right? Oh, he can't figure the villain out, but then all of a sudden there's a Clayface movie in the fucking DCU, bro. Bro, dude, this is why they don't like me, dog. This is why. Nobody else points this bullshit out. Right? All of a sudden, there's a Clayface movie when Clayface was going to be part of Matt Reeves' thing. But there's no beef. There's no beef. Oh my God, bro. This is crazy. But let's keep going.
Now you've determined who the bad guy is.
Yes, of course, or we'd really be in trouble.
Is it going to be surprising to the audience?
I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I
said, of course we got the villain, bro. Of course we know who the villain is, dog.
The story is a continuation in a certain way and completely different in another, and is going to show a different sides of Rob. I mean, I think it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really cool.
Do you pay attention to the rumors out there? Because there are new rumors every single day.
I mean, you just kind of look at them casually and go like, oh, is that what they think now? Oh, interesting. Okay. But it's, you just got to put your head down and do what you do and try and do it as best you can.
And thoughts on other spin-off series at this point for
That
Zoe?
Yeah, I mean, look,
like
I would love to do more, but I think right now the thing that we're really focused on, obviously we're talking about doing the second season of the Penguin, but my big priority is.
What happened to the second to the second season, y'all? Did Robert Pattinson or did Matt Reeves not approve? Did Colin Farrell not want to be back? I mean, who would turn down a second season of the Penguin? Who would be interested in that thing not coming to the light of day? Right? This is crazy. Who would be interested in that universe not continuing? And why would we go from Colin Farrell being the Penguin to Colin Farrell being Sergeant Rock? These are questions that they're not going to answer. Right? They'll be in the chat caping and trying to defend shit and chiming in whenever they feel like they can like get a little point in. but they're not going to answer how we went from everybody being on board, that from Matt Reeves to fucking to Colin Farrell, everybody wanted the fucking Penguin season 2, and then all of a sudden Colin Farrell is offered Sergeant Rock instead. Right? Yep. And it's fucking canned. Right? This is a great point. Gunn is head of DCU. Buck stops with him. Right? Crazy. So that's also part of my problem. This man is all powerful, yet he doesn't control anything at the same time. Which one is it? It's like, on one hand, oh yeah, everything runs through him and it's all his mind, and from the crazy kooky mind of James Gunn, and he has all this power, and what he say goes, and if he doesn't think it's good, it's not good, blah, 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 blah. Right? But yet at the same time, oh no, there's no way he's giving Matt Reeves notes. There's no way. Matt Reeves is just slow. Right? Matt Reeves is just slow, guys. But back to it.
To get the Batman to shooting and going, and then it'd be exciting to see where we'll go from there.
And last thing for you, I spoke to James Gunn recently.
Whoo! Wait a minute. Last thing, Matt. I spoke to James Gunn recently. What is he gonna say?
And I asked him, obviously he talked about, letting you do your Reeves verse on his own. And I did ask him, have you contemplated recently integrating Rob into the DCU? And he said they've talked about it, because you talk about everything.
Sure, yeah.
What's your attitude?
So they've talked about it, right? They've talked about it. They've had conversations, right? Yeah, they've pondered on it, right? It's been brought up here and there, right? Oh yeah, there's definitely conversations about taking your Batman, bro. They're definitely talking about it, right? I don't know if you know. And they saying, hey, this Reeves verse thing is cool. But at the same time, though, they kind of talking about taking your Batman, bro. What does he have to say
about that at this point?
I mean, it really comes down to whether or not it makes sense. And, I think what's been great is it was really a kind of a story that I wanted to tell, we're calling the Epic Crime Saga and all of that, which is the thrust of what we wanted to do. And it's been important to me to be able to play that out. Yeah. And, James and Peter have been really, really great about that. And they're letting us do that. And, what the future brings, I can't really tell you. I have no idea right now, except that my head is down now about getting the Batman Part 2 shooting and to make it something really, really special. Which
Wait. So he's saying, look, I know what they talking about, but me, man, look, bro, I had this story I'm trying to tell, the Epic Crime Saga, right? I got this thing I'm trying to do, right? And they've been great. But let's see how this ends.
Of course, is the most important thing.
And if they decide, like, we really want Rob to be our DCU Batman?
I don't know. Well, we'll have to see where that goes.
Fair enough.
Right? Oh no, but he pressed him on it again. He said, bro, I know you trying to do your epic. Look, bro, am I bugging? Am I bugging? Did he not just tell him, I'm going to do my thing? And he said, but hey, what if they snatch your shit anyway? Man, oh man, oh man. right? Where they go? Where are the people that was just in the chat talking shit, right? About we don't know what we talking about and we making this shit up, right? Right? We're the ones making this up. This man just said, I'm doing my own thing, right? The epic crime saga, right? And they understand. And I'm going to rock out and I'm going to do that. And then he followed up with, but what if they snatch your shit anyway? Whoo, man. There's been conversations. He said, Gunn fan. He said, what y'all doing? Step aside and let me on in now. Right? Yeah. Just, you know. Oh my God, bro. This motherfucker really think you're on tour, bro.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We did it. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn.
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing anyone. We're going to die.
Right? Oh my God, bro. This is real talk. This is real talk. Oh my God, bro. Right? This motherfucker came in here with a fucking definition of auteur, but ain't talking about how they talking about snatching his fucking Batman. But ain't no beef, y'all. Let's bring it back.
Talk about everything.
Sure. Yeah.
To the DCU, and have you contemplated recently integrating Rob into the DCU and your Reeves version? Spoke to James Gunn recently.
I spoke to James Gunn recently. Right? And there has been, there's definitely been conversations about them snatching your fucking Batman, right? So we just want right? Because they're fawning over the idea, Matt, they're chomping at the bit, bro. They're chomping at the bit, dog. They want your Batman, bro. Right? They want your Penguin. They want your universe. Right? All that hard work that you put in. Right? Hey, I was about to say something. Y'all know I'm about to go. But anyway, you put all that hard work in, bro. I'm sure making this movie, dog. And they asking you on a red carpet in front of everybody about snatching your fucking Batman, bro. When nobody else saw Robert Pattinson as fucking Batman, Matt Reeves did. Matt Reeves is the one that saw Robert Pattinson as Batman, right? Matt Reeves is the one that saw Andy Serkis as fucking Alfred. You know what I'm saying? This is how these things came about, bro. And this is how you remind me. But yeah, man, bro. But let's play this one more time, right? Because he said, he just said it, I spoke to James Gunn, dog. Like, Right, yeah.
Shooting and going,
Yeah.
and then it'd be exciting to see where we'll go from there.
And last thing for you, I spoke to James Gunn recently, and I
Yeah.
asked him, obviously he talked about, letting you do your Reeves verse on his own. And I did ask him, have you contemplated recently integrating Rob into the DCU? And he said, they've talked about it because you talk about everything.
Sure, yeah.
What's your attitude about that?
They've mused over it, right? Yeah, bro. Right? Oh my God, bro. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Hold up, man. Oh my God, bro. This is crazy. Thanks, Bad Dan. This is how you remind me. Okay, let me do it like this. This is how you remind me. Crazy, bro. Nasty work, dog. Nasty work, bro. Nasty work, man. It's not like you to say sorry. Oh my God. Bad Dan, I'm gonna bring this up soon as I get out, bro. He said Gunn is right, bro. And he talking about working on World's Finest. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with these people, bro? Bro, what? Frank C, that is such a good point, bro. That is such a good point, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is such a good point. He's also working on a World's Finest, bro. Oh, Nessa, you done missed a lot, boo. I'm sorry. We've been in here cooking. Right? Oh my God, we done missed a lot. You dig? Nah. But hey, we do got some more we about to get to, right? But we over here slaughtering these narratives because they trying to act like, we're the weird ones, right? They want to say, hey, man, like Gunn and Matt Reeves ain't got no beef going on when there's all these conflicting stories being put out by both of them. One of them saying the shit is finished, another one saying it's not. This one getting asked about getting his Batman snatched, you know what I'm saying? The other one's talking about how, not everybody wants Robert to join the DCU. It's like, what the fuck, right? But hey, right? But look, back to what Matt Reeves was saying before we get to this bomb that Bat Dan just dropped me, right? Crazy. Because he asked it. Look, man, there's been conversation. Look, let me go back just so I can set the table for Nessa, right? This is Josh Horowitz asking Matt Reeves about getting his Batman snatched, right? And this is in the middle of the Penguin being a super big success and them talking about Penguin season 2, right? This is well before we heard about fucking Colin Farrell being Sergeant Rock. You know what I'm saying? Right? For sure.
To get the Batman to shooting and going, and then it'd be exciting to see where we'll go from there.
And last thing for you, I spoke to James Gunn recently, and I asked him, obviously he talked about, letting you do your Reeves verse on his own. And I did ask him, have you contemplated recently integrating Rob into the DCU? And he said, they've talked about it because you talk about everything.
Sure, yeah.
What's your attitude about that at this point?
It really comes down to whether or not it makes sense. And, I think what's been great is it was really a kind of a story that I wanted to tell, we're calling the epic crime saga and all of that, which is the thrust of what we wanted to do. And it's been important to me to be able to play that out. And, James and Peter have been really, really great about that. And they're letting us do that. And, what the future brings, I can't really tell you. I have no idea right now, except that my head is down now about getting the Batman Part 2 shooting and to make it something really, really special, which of course.
Right. So they gonna let me do my thing. We supposed to be shooting later this year, right? Which we know that shit didn't happen. The movie got pushed back again. Right? Right. But then, so not only was Matt Reeves' answer not good enough right here, right? Not only was Matt Reeves' answer not good enough right here, because there was this follow-up question.
This is the most important thing.
And if they decide, like, we really want Rob to be our DCU Batman,
and if they decide, to just kind of, just snatch your shit, what if they just kind of decide, hey, Rob's our Batman. Right? Like, what if? And he said, they're letting us? Yeah, bro. He said they're letting them do that. Right? They're letting him do that. Right? So, yeah. Not only has Matt Reeves been asked about getting his Batman snatched on the fucking red carpet, right? But oh my God. Bat Dan just sent me something, y'all. Apparently, James Gunn ain't read the script yet, bro. Yo, this motherfucker about to come out like, hey, y'all, the script not done. Oh, shit. He said I ain't read it yet. Yo, he said, I ain't read it yet, but yeah, yo, I don't know if it's done, yo. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Yo, he said, I ain't read that shit yet. He said, man, he said, yo, I'm finding out when y'all finding out, bro. Oh my God. This is why this syndicate is undefeated, dog. This is why the syndicate is undefeated right now, bro. He said, Sky, they say the release for the Batman 2 is 10/1/27. Gunn's contract is up next year. Gunn is delaying everything but his own. He wants that contract extension. But no, Frank C. We're making this shit up, bro. No. How dare you? How dare you, bro? Right? But nah, Nessa, somebody was in here talking about us in the biz, right? Us in the biz, right? We understand certain things. You got a whole actress right here. Us in the entertainment industry, you know. Woo, bro. Us in the entertainment industry, we use certain lingo, right? We use certain lingo, right? So maybe Matt Reeves was the one lying about his script being done, right? He said, tell me that's not real. Bro, it's a link to the article. Right? He said, but I also might fall asleep. Bro, he doesn't even realize he's talking shit when he talks shit, or just him being highly unprofessional as usual. Nah, bro. Why is you bringing up reading the script and falling asleep in the same fucking breath, bro? Crazy. He said when Matt revealed the script, all he got was right. They said they don't want, bro. He also said that the Batman thing is his biggest problem in fucking DC. Bro, hold up, man. These motherfuckers act like we make, bro. I'm getting so frustrated, bro. This man said the Batman thing is the biggest fucking problem in all of DC, bro. He literally said that. Right? Oh no, I don't want to go on that. Yeah, I don't want to go on that. I'd rather go to this. Right? No. Right? Hold on. I'll bring this right back up. Nah, they want to say that we making this shit up, yo. He said Batman is his biggest issue in the DC universe. His biggest issue is Batman. Right? But yet, when we say, hey, there looks to be something here, right? There looks to be problems here. There looks to be issues behind the scenes. There looks to be all these things going on, right? Yo, how many articles have we pulled up proving what the fuck we're talking about right now? That's why I actually enjoy these people being in the chat like this, pushing the conversation forward, because they allow me to bring these things up and show them, right? This man said it out his own mouth. Batman is the biggest problem, but yet we're going too far for saying, hey, there seems to be some fucking issues going on, right? When James Gunn is calling the when he's calling Matt Reeves slow with his scripts, and this was a couple fucking, it was like less than a week ago, maybe, right? But then yet he was on the record saying this Batman script was done in September 21st of 2024. Then you get this interview later with him saying everything's done, we're ready to start shooting, right? Come on now, bro. It's about to be 4 years since the release of the Batman. Why? What's taking so, right? I think every time that he's turned his script in, James Gunn has been giving notes. All the right, and I think another thing that would kind of prove that, right, is look, he said he ain't even seen this version. Right? We just got this. Let me move this. We just got this. He said, woo, right? Matt slow, he said. Get off Matt's nuts, he said, right? Yeah. He said, get off Matt's nuts. Like, yo, y'all stop asking for this shit. Just let him be in obscurity and let me take his Robert Pattinson Batman in peace. Let me get this off. Right? And then this shit breaks the internet. Probably getting way more positive press and positive engagement over this fucking Superman movie that's about to come out in a couple weeks, right? Right? And then the head of DC Studios, his follow-up is, I ain't read that shit. So he talking about all this, the script's done, all this, the script's done, y'all. Huh. I ain't seen it. So it can't be that done because I ain't signed off on it yet. Right? The smoking gun, right? Stalling to either get Pattinson in the DCU or to get rid of Robert Pattinson's Batman for good. But Nessa, we on the outside of the industry, we're not supposed to know this stuff, Nessa. I'm sorry, right? I know you are a lot more connected, you know what I'm saying, right, than us mere plebs. Right? We are novices when it comes to just the inner workings, the goings-ons, the backstage shuffle, right? We're totally ignorant to all of these things. We don't know what we're talking about. We just hope. Right? We just hope and pray that, we can at least sound sensible to the layman. Necessary. I mean, it's common sense. It don't take a genius to figure. No, but that's not what they were saying earlier, Nessa. Somebody was literally in here trying to say that us on the outside, we don't understand. They said that this is industry talk. This is so far above our comprehension levels, right? They were saying comprehension.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We didn't. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn.
Right? Man. Crazy. This is what we're dealing with, y'all. This is what we're dealing with. Saying the stalling is for a reason too. Remember, Matt has a clause in his contract that his Batverse isn't connected to a universe, so you have to get the director out of the way to merge. Bro, we all see that they are trying to get this dude out the way, bro. We all see this shit. And somebody said Grace let loose though that Matt has health issues, right? Here's the thing. All I can go off of is what Matt Reeves is saying. And all I've seen is Matt Reeves, is talking about doing this movie, dog. He said, yeah, Grace Randall's been scoring by WBD, especially by Gunn and Safran and Zaza. Let it happen. He said, dude, he said he might fall asleep because he's very busy and doesn't sleep much, right? This man said he might fall asleep. Right? He said, we need to hold same energy as Zaslav and Safran for appointing that idiot in the first place. Yo, you know what's crazy? Is we've been aiming it at Zaslav, but here's the problem and the actual rewards with that. We don't have to hold Zaslav accountable. You want to know why? The fucking shareholders are holding David Zaslav accountable. They cut his pay. I can't cut his pay, right? I can only come out here and talk about what is going on at fucking DC, which is mostly the decisions of the person that he appointed. So if I'm going to cook the person that he appointed, it's also cooking David Zaslav at the same time. And the shareholders get it because he got a fucking pay cut, a huge one. Crazy. A huge one, dog. Safran stay in the fucking background. It's harder to come out here and cook people that ain't constantly putting themselves in the news. See option 3. He said, well, that's what happens when you've been making shit decisions. Exactly. Right? Every time he do something, I ain't gonna go out there and put that on Zaslav. Yeah, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna cook what this motherfucker's doing, and then the shareholders can hold Zaslav accountable. Yeah, he getting held accountable. You dig? This is the accountability for this guy. Zaslav pay was cut by 20% annually. Thank you, Sin Havoc. Right? Out of here. Right? But look, at the end of the day, bro, this I can't believe he said that he gonna fall asleep reading this fucking script, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. Where's all these people that was just defending him? Hey, whatever old boy name was, right? Like, come on back in here and tell me about this statement that the head of DC Studios just said he might fall asleep reading Matt Reeves' fucking script. I need an explanation. Right? Said petty games that are being played in the House of Warner. Exactly. And so falls the House of Wayne. He said, I don't know. I almost fell asleep several times watching the first one. I feel that, Alan. But we talking about the head of DC Studios, bro. Yeah, we talking about business. Ooh, that is so apropos tonight. We talking about business. Business. Right? Where they at? Explain to me how this is cool that this man just said he gonna fall asleep reading this man's fucking script, bro. I'll wait. He called him slow. Right? Called him slow. Right? Where y'all at? I'm gonna continue to wait. Nope, ain't nobody timed out. Nope. I need an explanation on this statement right here. Right? He said, Gunn, Batman is my biggest issue in all of DC right now. I think I have a way in. Yeah, his way in is fucking Robert Pattinson. He said, oh, and Sky, don't tell him about how all of Gunn's plants on YouTube are panicking. Yeah, they over there putting out posts and shit. Hey, DC fans, don't you let Superman flop. Don't you let Superman flop, y'all. Nah, bro. Somebody come tell me how this man saying that he's gonna fall a fucking sleep reading Matt Reeves' script, right? Explain that to me. But they not beefing. Ain't nobody timed out in here. No, ain't no leading with these facts. This just happened. This just happened. We've been leading with facts all night long. I've been pulling up article after article, script and like thing after thing, showing that there's all these issues going on, and every time that there is a very salient and poignant point being made, motherfuckers get quiet. They get quiet. And then they want to come back in here and they bring up something else and it causes a fucking distraction, right? But no, tell me how this man saying he's gonna fall a fucking sleep reading his fucking script. Tell me how I'm reading too much into this shit. Thank you. Point fucking proven. Where they at? There ain't that much of a delay in the chat. I know it's a delay, but it ain't that much. Get out of here, bro. He said pickle juice was in the jar. These ain't hates. These ain't haters. They gun cultists, bro. Facts, man.
Zack Snyder is a hack. The Snyderverse is dead. Long live the DCU.
Henry Cavill's Superman never smiled. We need James Gunn to bring us hope.
Oh my God, man. She said, no, you're not. He's being disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. Bro, yeah, people, bro. There's been people invading my chat, bro, for the last fucking 2 weeks. Now I'm asking for their opinion. I'm waiting, and nobody got nothing to say. It's crickets. Man, Bat Dan came in the clutch, dog. Nah, but they ain't beefing, though. This motherfucker just said he gonna fall asleep. he said, where they at now? Bro, this real talk. They've been invading my chat for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He said, he called him slow. So Matt said, I bet, right? Yeah. This was his response to being called slow. Broke the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Hey, the Batman Part 2 script is done, y'all. It's done. Right? But I ain't read it. Where they at, bro? This is wild, bro. I can't believe this shit, bro. I can't believe this shit, bro. Oh my God. This motherfucker said I might fall asleep reading his script. Bill Ray said, I don't watch people that bash Snyder fans or his films. It's weird to me. Why would anyone want to trigger themselves? I said, right? Why would you continue to go into the chats and antagonize people, right? He said, we need that Chris Lee's clip, Scott. Hey, I'm gonna drop that one for y'all next. He said, Scott, send him to Pelican Bay. Oh, you been to Pelican Bay. This is real talk. He said, I might fall asleep, bro. Oh, it's beef. It's beef, bro. It's beef. It's beef. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh my God, bro. Y'all are hilarious, bro. Man, look, y'all put y'all last questions and comments down in the bottom. We about to start wrapping up within the next like 20 minutes, man. Yo, bruh, they've been in my chat for 2 weeks, dog. Defend this man saying that he's gonna fall asleep reading his script. Ooh wee. Hey, yo, look, I have an idea. Right? How about this? All right, guys. How about y'all ask James Gunn for like an itinerary of when he's gonna say dumb shit so that you guys can get ahead of it, right? And we wouldn't have people literally in my stream in real time trying to tell me that they're not beefing, and then you literally get a fucking passive aggressive ass comment in front of everybody, literally while I'm on stream. Couldn't have picked a better time. Couldn't have picked a better time. Could not have picked a better fucking time. Literally, while I'm on stream, I get beefy. All right. Say, I still want that Batfleck movie. Yeah, right. That James Bondy and shit. Alan Belk said, if it was any more beef, I could slice it up on a bun and eat it with some Arby's sauce, bro. Right? Much love, man. Nah, this is crazy, bro. He said, wait till you see what's about to happen with the Spider-Man rights. Hey, I bet. Right? He said the writing is on the wall, clear as day. Gunn. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm sabotaging your Penguin season 2 and Batman 2. Facts. He over here, right? We over here. Hey, man. We're talking about the Batman season 2, right? Fucking bringing Colin Farrell back, right? And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, right? Like, all of a sudden, Colin Farrell about to be Sergeant Rock, right? Yeah, bro. Nah. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Saint Havoc, right? Man, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Can't believe these people. They really want to sit here and have us thinking that we the fucking crazy ones. And this man live while I'm on stream said the most passive aggressive shit that I've probably ever heard a studio head say about one of their fucking directors. That is an absolute fact. I cannot think of a more I ain't seen this kind of shade at Zack Snyder from one of the fucking people publicly, bro. This is real talk. They've said all kind of shit. They was like, yo, man, this shit's a fucking cul-de-sac, right? I ain't never heard nobody say, I'm about to fall asleep reading Zack Snyder's fucking script, bro. I've never heard anybody saying no shit like that. He said, the Batman 2, Brave and the Bold. She said, he called it Matt Bourne too. Of course. Yo, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. This is real talk. I don't know of a time ever a fucking studio head came out and made these kind of comments about Zack Snyder. That's fucking wild, yo. I'm gonna fall asleep reading this script. Am I tripping? Tell me I'm tripping. Like, I'm talking about from a fucking studio head, not like some YouTuber, some content creator, not some random executive. I'm talking about from a studio head. And Sky, they better hope that Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot don't pursue legal actions towards DCU studio heads. WB, facts, bro. Hey, somebody come tell me I'm tripping. What was the worst comments that a fucking studio head ever said about Zack Snyder? That's wild. That's wild, bro. And the fact that it came from this dude, man. This is like some Revenge of the Nerds shit. That's what the fuck this is. This is like the nerds have taken over and they're just telling all the cool kids what they can and can't do. This is fucking crazy. Watch this, bro. Watch this, bro. Bro, this is crazy, bro. He said, and the sad thing is we're nerds too, bro. Nah, man, like fucking Leon say, no, we're geeks, bro. This is geek stuff. No, bro. Nerds and geeks are two different things, bro. Facts. They're two completely different things. These are nerds.
Do you think James Gunn can reboot the DC universe properly?
Does this answer your question?
Oh my gosh. James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn. Woo!
I don't feel like that.
Twitter and I saw, man, the Zack Snyder fans are weirdos.
Do you think James Gunn can reboot the DC universe properly?
Does this answer your question?
Oh my gosh. James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn. Woo!
Right? Where is he? He said, bring back. He said, I stand corrected there. Thank you, bro. Nah, me said, bring back the bullies, bro. Facts, man. There needs to be consequences to these things, yo. People are trying to gatekeep these fucking arguments and these things that are happening in like the culture and like zeitgeist and all that shit, right? These things are happening, and then we're supposed to just not take our like outside, like, yo, okay. Because I've always kind of said this on stream, right? I think that the Zack Snyder and him getting screwed over with the whole Justice League situation, I've always said that that is going to end up being probably the worst thing to ever happen in the history of Hollywood. And I say that for several reasons, right? Right? Because me, as an outsider, somebody who always loved film, but always kind of had other interests in things that was like, you know, pulling my attention, right? Like, you know, sports and just I was doing other stuff. You know what I mean? I was into other things, right? But it wasn't until these comic book movies started coming out that we started to get invested in like the behind the scenes of how these movies are made. And so that's when I started getting into all of the, hey, like, what's the difference between the producers and the directors and all these other things and like all that stuff, right? That's when I started finding out, like, hey, what is the actual, you know, what are these people's roles? How do they contribute to a movie being made? Like all that kind of stuff. So that's when I started getting involved in all of these things because I had something that I finally cared about. Yes, for all you people that swear that I'm not a fucking DC fan, I was a fan and getting into these things before Zack Snyder even made Man of Steel. I was getting invested when the fucking Batman movies were fucking being made, right? Way before Zack even came into the picture. Then I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, hey, you know, I'm getting into what the sequels are going to be and who's going to be in the villain, who's going to be cast, blah, 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 yada, all that stuff. So I think a bunch of people like myself started getting involved in this, like in the whole behind the scenes of the movie shit with the comic book genre. And so when they started taking the characters that we had so much love and investment for, right? And started fucking with them, especially with the Justice League situation, it turned us sour because now I'm like, oh shit, this is actually how Hollywood works. And then you start asking yourself, right? Like, how long has these things been happening? How many times has these things happened, right? What other films have been treated this way? What other filmmakers have kind of gotten this type of treatment, right? That's when all these questions started coming. So I think, yes, that in the end, that Justice League situation will end up going down as a flashpoint for being the worst fucking decision in the history of Hollywood, because it totally let a whole bunch of people that was not even really invested in the behind the scenes and how the hot dogs were made. It got us invested, and now we see all this shit, right? So as somebody who has been in high levels of business situations and who has worked for the government and who has an understanding of how ranking structure works and how, you know, power dynamics play out, right? It's like when I come over here and I start talking about this movie shit, when it's clear as day what's going on, they want to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. When, first of all, not only do I have a history of like being involved in how this comic book movie and just movie shit goes down anyway, since way before 2016. So it was over fucking 10 years, right? Well over 10 years. Well before Man of Steel, right? Way before 2013. Right? So they want to sit there and act like that since we've been kind of inundated with this shit ever since back then, and also have all of this other knowledge from how things, you know, like power dynamics and rank and file and all that stuff works. They say that, hey, I'm not supposed to see exactly what I've been seeing in all these other facets of life. We're not supposed to fucking see these things happening over here. Y'all can get out of here, bro. Y'all can get out of here. Facts. And that person that was talking all that shit about them not about saying, hey, how do you know that they're beefing, right? Why do you keep saying that? They still have not answered this fucking question about this tweet or this quote, excuse me, because he didn't put this tweet out, but this quote came from him via comicbook.com. Right? Bruh, we literally created a fucking timeline for these people, explaining how James Gunn has been part of WB for way longer than anybody was fucking trying to give him credit for. This whole thing, he was talking about David Cornsweet being fucking Superman in 2018, dog. Y'all can miss me. That was 7 years ago. 7 years ago, dog. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all make this shit way too easy, yo. Y'all make it way too easy. Y'all make this shit way too easy, bro. Way too easy. They still ghost. Said the Gunn conspiracy video is well done. Thank you. The great Gunn conspiracy, bro. Check it out. Part 1 and 2. Had a whole timeline for y'all. Visual aids, all these things. And want to come in here and talk to me about moving the goalpost. Man. Said Gunn messed up the video game division as Rocksteady. Bro, you had people in here saying that they had information saying that he said Injustice 3 couldn't happen unless Superman turned back good. Right? And yet he ain't got no... Man, get the fuck... Look, man, yo. We about to get on out of here. You know what I mean? We about to get on out of here. It's Saturday night. I'm about to go enjoy the rest of my damn... Yo, we ain't even get to... Right? We ain't even get to this one. The one from the other day, or from... Yeah, from the other day, actually. From yesterday. This is the second time he said the script is done. He said, and Gunn's pitch for a video game was Guardians of the Galaxy meets Super. I bet it was, because that was his pitch for the movie. Right? He said, the Toy Collector Chronicles. Bro, hey, don't trip. We got, yo, the Toy Collector actually has a sequel coming, y'all. Oh, God. And if y'all thought that this shit was spooky last time, and that will be a members only chat once again. Nah, I wasn't gonna forget members minutes, bro. I'm tired of having to do the post-credit scenes, bro. Right? He said Gunn is the last one to approve scripts. The studio made him change Superman's structure and cut it down. Facts. Yep, and make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Yeah, bro, the Toy Collector stream. Woo! Bro, it's going down. We definitely got a sequel coming. There is a Toy Collector 2 in the works. And if y'all thought it got spooky last time, we really getting spooky this next time. Real talk. He said not a Toy Collector Part 2. Real talk. Y'all think we joking? Right? Stay tuned for sure. Yeah. It's not anything in the StreamYard end, so I don't know what's going on. We can check the YouTube side, but yeah, I don't know. Says Scott, does that include the Diddy Cinematic Universe? The DCU, bro. Take that. Right? Where the fucking cliffhanger is gonna be Peter Safran getting on the stand. Yo, I'm out of here, man. Look, y'all, we gonna catch y'all next time, man. Y'all have a good one. We gonna see y'all soon. Peace. Oh my God. I said I wasn't going to forget about members minutes, and then I forgot about members. It's y'all fault for bringing it up, because I had this shit in my head, yo. I promise. Superman robots. Hey, Superman robots, what are you doing?
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing any fool. We're going to die.
Hey, and I forgot to bring this up. Hey, I'm so glad we had this post-credit scene, because yo, this movie so shitty, dog. Bruh, you had a cat taking a shit on the red carpet, bro. Oh my God, bro. They saying roll the tape again. He said it's that last scream, bro. It is that last scream.
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing any fool. We're going to die.
And then, oh my God, I'm about to start crying, bro. Is it nothing I can do? That cat said, "That's what I think of crypto." He said, "I'm shitting on your carpet on me." Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. But we got members minutes, right? I'll be right back. You dig?
Check. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. But what about you? What about you? Came a long way from no subs back when y'all was showing me no love, no front. I just had to take a look back, cause sometimes y'all forgot I shook that. I know they would attack cause of own issues. To be honest, I got sick and tired of feeling misused. That's why I've always played a drop for every super chat to show appreciation. Now you're fucking doing that. And just like Mikey used to bring us all together, we gotta take a minute to shout out all the members. Just so you know, you keep the fire going like embers. They say a lot, but I forgot, I don't remember. They be better. Say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views.
Yeah. Oh my God. He said that cat gave his movie review of Superman hell. Right, we got members minutes. You dig? Let's go ahead and tap in. Oh my God, I literally caught this 5 seconds ago. We got the homie Apex Leon said, Gunn writings makes me want to have the oh brother, this guy stinks meme on replay. This guy stinks. We got Horsemen saying they've always been wrong about me. Yeah. And then we got, oh no, actually that wasn't a members chat. What the hell is going on? We got DC Talk saying, I know the rest of the stream was awesome. And I'm on replay crew. For sure. Yeah, much love, y'all. Man, this has been so fun. I love these streams where we get to just pop in here and have fun with y'all, man. This shit is always a pleasure. And let's go ahead and end it out with this right here.
All the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.